This is Japan's craziest apartment, hands down. I usually like to jump right inside, but you have to see this building from the outside to truly appreciate it at scale. Because this here, that is the entire building. That's the whole thing. It is 5 floors of triangular goodness. It's essentially like living in a Toblerone bar. And just for a little bit of perspective, here is the width of the building's edge contrasted against me. It is quite a sight to see. Let's head inside and take a peek because it's not just a triangle from the outside, and it has a handful of small problems aside from the shape that make it a massive challenge to live in. The area is beautiful, by the way. It's at this 5-point crossing in the Nerima area of Tokyo, but our first major challenge today is going to be this stairwell. Aside from the lack of vertical clearance and proper width to be able to get through here, the stairs themselves are actually incredibly narrow and shallow, and I've got to hold on to this center pole basically the entire time I'm going up just for safety. And amazingly, every single unit here is occupied except for the one that we're checking out today. I have been waiting a year for this, and a real estate friend of mine who runs a YouTube channel of his own, I'll link it, hooked me up with the keys today, so huge gratitude. Wow. Okay, so there's just about enough space to take off my shoes. There it opens into a kitchen area, and I have questions about the shower area here. Mostly on account of this door height, but let's take a peek. So the door doesn't open. I close it. Okay. Close the door, and I basically take up the entire space. That's actually not a bad shower space. It's pretty much got everything that you need. It's got a shower right here, and it's got a bath that I'm really wondering if I would even fit in. Okay, so curiosity's getting the better of me, and I have to know if I would fit in the bath, and that is actually not a bad bath. I could do that. Do you think you could? The hermit I stayed with in the mountains had a smaller bath than this. Then he had an entire house to himself, and as an added bonus, you've got a window. Then no matter how small your place is, a bath with a window is always nice, and there's a little... Can you call this a kitchen space? Barely enough space to stand here, but you have a tiny sink with no counter, a single induction heater. This little fridge here, if you're lucky, might just be big enough to fit a single iPhone. It fits. We'll talk about this magical little device in a second, but the room itself does not look like this. It doesn't look like this either, or this, or even this. And punching the lens in only makes it smaller and worse. The only way to really understand this place is to look at it from above. My hands can touch both sides. I have seen pictures of this place, but nothing compares to seeing this in person and just how tiny this room is. For perspective, if I were to be in here wearing my backpack, or if there were a sofa, there would barely be enough space to fit one, maybe 2 more people. What are the measurements? Now the floor plan for this says that you're getting over 11 square meters, but I'm wondering how much space do you really have?